Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two pickup trucks making love.
Listen up, Autobots and Decepticons. You are listening to Prime Cuts, a nonlinear history of the Transformers franchise on television. I'm one of your hosts, Mara.
I'm your other host, Audrey.
And we have hit another peak of G1 Season 2 this week with the second episode we're going to be talking about today.
Let's be very clear. We didn't hit a peak. We hit the peak. Folks, this is as good as it gets, IMO.
This is a preposterous episode.
This is the best 30 minutes that ever aired on television. Quite possibly. Just a perfect episode, actually.
Mm-hmm.
From start to finish. Conceit, characters, everything about it. It actually looked pretty good for these things.
That's true. It feels like, especially in some of the like magic sequences, they really put their whole pussies into animating it, which is not usually the MO for this.
Yeah. It's oh god. We are of course talking about A Decpticon Raider in King Arthur's Court. That's the second episode though. First, we have to get through Blaster Blues, which was funny.
That has its moments.
Here's what I like about G1. It's that it is a show that understands that its heroes are fundamentally annoying.
Oh yes.
All the Autobots are actually very annoying. There's no good character in this show. And that's why they're all great, because they're all equally obnoxious in really funny ways. So
everyone
some of the better
has some kind of hang up or weird tick or trait or is just like a giant asshole for no reason.
My beautiful princess with a disorder. But so like what is fun about it, what like becomes fun about it is you have these episodes where it's really just about everyone getting really pissed off at one guy.
Yeah.
Of like one guy just sort of like fucking up over and over again and everyone getting really mad at them. So there's like this one for Blaster. We had Gears.
Yeah, wait at the start.
Red Alert with Auto Berserk, let's be real.
Red Alert does some crazy shit in this episode that I was really questioning.
My note for exactly what you're talking about is, Red, I think you're making it worse.
I'm like, I think he was supposed to be making fire breaks, but it really just looked like he was setting more trees on fire.
I think he just made a Viking burial. Like, I think he just made a cremation site, actually.
He thought he was helping, but Inferno was too in love with him to tell him that, hey man, you're really fucking my shit up. Can you just let me...
My beautiful princess with a disorder. You're making it so much worse. Please just let me come cannon these trees. Yeah, so like these are fun episodes where it's just like everyone else getting pissed off at one particular Autobot.
Mm-hmm. So let's
Cosmos
go ahead and...
kind of gets it next episode.
Cosmos in this episode is
like, this one.
Yeah, like, but he's like he's the only one who vibes with Blaster in this episode, which is very funny.
Yeah.
Well, him and Jazz, but we know, he and Jazz obviously have kind of similar tastes when it comes to enjoying human culture very, very, very loudly.
And that's the only thing they have in common.
So let's get started on Blaster Blues. We start here with another Autobot being forced to third wheel a Carly and Spike date. Why does this keep happening?
Kind of rude of them to leave their third at home, honestly.
Why does this keep happening? Yeah, I posted earlier in the
Bumblebee's in this relationship.
He's somewhere, but I posted earlier in the Discord, like, I feel like Powerglide being the cool new minibot who can turn into a plane, which is way cooler than some gay little Volkswagen Beetle, has been pushed out as like the go-to guy to pair the humans up with. I feel like it's
Well.
mostly Power Glide now. I don't have the raw like numbers to back that up, but the vibes are Power Glide's the cool new guy. Bumblebee sucks.
Well, that's to build up your tolerance for pairing with humans.
That's true. He'll have his big moment a bit later on in the season. But yeah, they're at this rock concert. Insane seizure warning, by the way. Holy shit, the opening of this episode is really just like strobe effect up to 11.
Yeah.
It hurt for me to look at. There's a... Okay, little side tangent. In my household, we got into wrestling a while back because of my roommate. And when we were watching AEW, there's an AEW wrestler named Wardlow. He's like your average, like, big guy who throws people around. He's not actually used much anymore. But it used to be his entrance had, like, crazy strobe lights accompanying it. Like, crazy amounts of strobe lights. And it would like, hurt people's eyes. And so whenever there's, like, a flashing... like a really hard, like flashing strobing display that gives people headaches, we call it getting wardlowed. So this band was wardlowing me from the fucking get-go. But Blaster loves it, so I mean, you know, maybe it's fine.
So it's a common sentiment in this episode.
Yeah,
this is hurting everyone, but Blaster likes it.
Blaster and Cosmos really like it. Also, he just starts. He's like, damn, this shit's fire. I'm going to show it to all my friends. And so just starts transmitting it at maximum volume through Teletran 1, who, by the way, Omega Supreme is here now.
Is here.
Hi.
He's here. And you know what? Thank goodness he has a full face mask so he can breathe in space.
Look, the plot of this episode needed them to go to space, and the writers were like, fuck, we haven't introduced the guy, the only Autobot with like a rocket one yet. I guess we have to put Omega Supreme in this episode.
Again, Cosmo. Yes, Skyfire's a space shuttle.
Well, he's retired. He's chilling at home. He's cracking open a cold one. He's watching Antiques Roadshow. Power Glide has replaced him at work. But you're right. He would have been able to go to space. So
he is a space shuttle, like, very explicitly.
He's quiet quitting. He was like, oh man, I would love to help you guys go to the secret Decepticon moon base, but like...
It sounds like he was loud fired, actually. There's also... So, there are two things sort of happening at once here.
Yeah, I've got a lot to say about what's going on at the fucking observatory.
Yeah, so there's this concert happening, and then meanwhile, it's another scientist has an invention week. I don't know what this thing is, genuinely.
It's called a Voltronic Galaxer, which is a meaningless string of letters.
That is the most made up thing that anyone has ever made up. Including all of Cybertron.
Yeah, the way he explains it is that it's supposed to be like a device that turns his words into radio signals for transmitting to deep space, but I don't think you need to like invent a thing to do that. I'm pretty sure you can just like do it.
It doesn't matter, right?
No, it doesn't matter
they're
at all.
like they're testing this out, right? And the Decepticons again, whatever. There's other uses for this thing. The Decepticons want it for other uses. Great. Okay.
But
so they're all going, and they're like the scientists are testing it out, and they're trying to like make contact in deep space. And Megatron has this incredibly cunty moment where he's like hearing them testing up, and he's like, I'm reading you." Like, yeah, here we are, like on top of the observatory, and the scientist's like, "Oh my god, where are you? We made contact with aliens." And, like, I want to say two things about this. One, it is very funny that Megatron is mocking the scientist this way.
Yes.
Very, very funny. Two, they are aliens.
So, like, yeah, this is my thing, right? So because this scientist is like, it'll be amazing to hear the words of an alien from another planet. It's like, do you not... Because later he's like, call the Autobots. He's not one of these guys who doesn't know what Transformers are. He has the Autobots on speed dial. But I guess
Maybe
he
doesn't know they're aliens? I don't know, but
thinks
like
they're like what was the like excuse from Revenge of the Fallen? They were like extremely advanced drones or whatever.
Yeah,
That's what he thinks they are. Yeah, that's what he thinks. So yeah, he doesn't know that they're
very
alien
funny.
robots.
It is very funny that even though Megatron is relentlessly mocking him through this, that he is communicating with aliens. Like, technically, it's a success. Anyway, they steal the shit.
And the guy calls for the Autobots, and of course, the Blaster is still he's still just clogging the airwaves with this fucking music, so they can't hear what's going on.
Optimus is I need to say
yes!
Optimus's line verbatim here. So the call comes in, and Optimus is like, Blaster, volume down. Sorry, decrease volume. Yeah, Blaster, decrease volume. Blaster, shut up.
He gets so mad. Like, he truly sounds so pissed in that second line.
Shut up!
And Blaster says, oh, fuck, my bad. And turns it off when he realizes. But yeah, by the time they get there, it's too late.
And then it's like, I couldn't hear anything over, like, I couldn't hear what was going on. And Optimus goes, all I could hear was that blasted Blaster.
So... we have, they get there too late. The Decepticons have stolen the thing. Also, basically the debut for Astro Train. He's like popped up in the background, but this is the first time he does anything. Yeah,
Astro Train's like, check this out. I can go off track. There's a great conversation here where they like arrive too late, but Optimus is like, all right, sir, do you know what they would want with this? And the scientist is like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I can think of, like, I guess 4 military applications off the top of my head, but that's not what it's used for.
I just wanted to talk to the aliens.
Yeah.
And
they're like, great, awesome, thanks, guy.
Turns out what they wanted for is to completely take down all transmissions on Earth. But luckily, we have Blaster and Cosmos up there on the case doing some extremely subtle and skillful and stealthy recon.
This by is which I mean... the most embarrassing the Autobots have ever been.
By which I mean...
this is a shameful showing.
Cosmos lands on a cliff face right outside of the Decepticon Moonbase's window, and then everyone turns around and says, hey, isn't that the Autobots? Go
and
get
Megatron
them.
Goes, Astro Train, kill that man.
Like, okay, between this... and Blaster and Soundwave just sitting side by side in the trunk last episode. Like, what is Blaster just like not? He's not.
Blaster's whatever the opposite of a spy is.
Yeah, he's really not good at this stuff. You should stop sending him on missions like this. He's not. He really is the opposite of Soundwave.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like Jazz saw Blaster. He's like, awesome, Blaster's here now. He's also a tape deck, so he must be great at espionage since my nemesis is Soundwave. And then he's like, very bad.
Nope. But yeah, they of course get captured. They have a little. They get Astro Train has like a tractor beam that sucks them in. So that's a new ability he can do. Also, for some reason...
So, here's my question about Astro Train. Do we think the tractor beam is a pun for tracks?
No.
Okay.
I don't think they're that clever.
Okay.
But he does suck them up into his tummy, and they get put in the device, and they basically use Blaster to hack Earth's transmissions.
They are so mean to Cosmos in this scene, by the way. like obviously they're Decepticons, but like so they have them captured, and it's like, what are you gonna do with them? And they're like, well, we're gonna use Blaster as like an antenna to destroy all Earth communications. And it's like, okay, and what about the other one? And Megatron goes, we're gonna use this wasteless use of metal as a battery. It's like, whoa, dude!
Cosmos can't catch a fucking break.
You think this is where, like, Soundwave sees him for the first time and is like, hey, that's not cool?
Hey, man, I think you should be a little nicer to the little guy. He's going through it. What? He's clearly not going through it, though, because he's just kind of like, that's the thing about Cosmos, is he just kind of takes it. That's true. I guess he's just so used to being everyone's punching bag as he's a little weirdo who just flies around in space.
So anyway, all your base are belong to us.
Over the weekend, I watched the movie that is sweeping the internet. Everyone's talking about it. I am, of course, talking about Ice Cube's War of the Worlds.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you watched it?
Yeah, it's really...
Girl, why?
It's worse than you think, probably. It's a really...
It's just like straight fashy propaganda, right?
It is, but it's also a extremely poorly made movie, which is why it's funny. It's terrible, but similar to this, the main plot of that movie is that all of the aliens like destroy the internet or whatever, except not, because the ending of the movie has to involve somebody ordering a flash drive off of Amazon and having it delivered to them via Prime drone, because this was an Amazon published.
You mean Ice-T?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh right, yes. No, Ice Cube. Ice-T is different. Ice-T is the man.
Yes, he is.
Who says,
he is.
You know, Ice Cube is from.
Ice Cube. That's yes.
Are We There Yet? I believe, or maybe right. Daddy Daycare. One of those two. Maybe both. Anyway,
I'm sorry, Mr. T. I apologize. I did not mean to put that on your name.
He's a much better actor than Ice Cube, probably.
Yeah.
His son is a better actor than Ice Cube.
I did like the probably there.
But regardless, similar thing of like, I feel like this would be way worse than it is portrayed as in the movie. Like if all of digital infrastructure was taken down by aliens, where they line from the movie, the data is their food, basically. The data is their food, the bones are their money. But I feel like that would be way worse than it was portrayed as in the movie. And similarly here, like, you have the Decepticons completely destroy all radio broadcasts, which means like, and we do see like at an airport like 55 different close calls between planes running into each other.
No,
they would just be fucking slamming into each other all over the place.
I mean, the air traffic controller shortage is a travesty. I do want to point out the name of one of these airlines.
Yes.
Which was General Airlines.
Just generally, wherever you want to go. Or the insurance company is diversifying its interests. General Airlines. Just generally. Generic airlines.
They really keep doing 9/11s in this show.
They have come so close to so many 9/11s.
They've done like 3 9/11s this season alone so far.
But yeah, the most of this episode is just the Autobots trying to stop infinite 9/11s from happening, basically. Like,
Yeah, there is a fire in the forest, for example, which Red Alert and Inferno are sent out to, as discussed.
And Inferno helps, and Red
makes it much worse.
Just shoots at some trees. Like, he's literally just shooting at the trees, and I really feel like the intended thing that he's making fire breaks. I was like, it really just looks like he's setting more fires.
Making it much worse, yeah. Prowl's here.
Oh, right. Hi.
Hi, Prowl. We thought and prayed you were dead. But Prowl's here. Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
Sometimes
he gets trapped under rocks.
He does get a rock dropped on his head. By the way, I just want to point out another thing here. The Autobot cast that appears in this episode is literally 3 times as many as the Decepticon cast. The numbers game is crazy in season 2.
And they still are pretty embarrassing about this.
They're struggling.
Like, yeah, the only Omega Supreme can do anything about any of this.
Case in point, when we have Optimus directing traffic at an airport, Ramjet and Thundercracker fly down. Ramjet, well, if you can believe it, rams into him. And Thundercracker shoots at him, and this apparently almost kills him. So, Laserbeak and Thundercracker, you are both part of the prestigious Almost Killed Optimus Prime Club. I'm not including Ramjet in that, because all he did was knock him over.
Yeah.
But I did laugh really loudly when he just knocked him over. But yeah, Power Glide is like on the fritz. They have to attach a jetpack to him, Carly and Spike, to like keep him up. So he doesn't have enough fuel to airlift the injured Optimus back to the Ark, so they have to stop by Omega Supreme, who you can go out and spend a lot of money to buy, because he was a big figure. He was a very large figure. And yeah, they realize Blaster does some finagling to make them all realize that the Decepticons have a secret moon base. So they just fly to the moon on Omega Supreme's rocket mode. And I really like this as a first showing from Omega Supreme, because he lands, he transforms into his big cool robot mode, and Megatron flies up and is like, "Fuck you!" And Omega Supreme says, "Release the Autobot prisoners," and Megatron says, "Make me!" So Omega Supreme just grabs him and throws him, because he's very large.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, it's just like, okay, we're calling in Omega Supreme now. Well.
This is sort of the problem with Omega Supreme as a character, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, if you have him easily accessible, this is why they had him vanish for no reason between the season 1 and season 2 of the War for Cybertron trilogy, because they were like, oh shit, if Omega Supreme is around, that there's like no problems, then he can just show up and blow everything to pieces. So like, either what happens is he gets power crept really fast. This was their solution in the Marvel comics, where like every time a new bad guy was introduced, they would just have him blow up Omega Supreme so they could be like, oh my god, he's so strong, he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
This included, and of course this culminated in the fact that Buzzsaw one-shots him at one point later in the comics. So it's like his power level really sort of slid down very badly by the end. Sometimes it's that he can't, he's got power restrictions, or like he gets injured. Like they did that in animated, where like he's got the enforced transformation lock and stuff. And sometimes they just use him sparingly. Like, I feel like he doesn't really get jobbed out in this season of the cartoon. Season 3 maybe is another thing, but mostly he kind of just gets replaced by Metroplex in that season as like,
we gotta go bigger. We gotta go bigger.
That's right. There's an even bigger toy you can go out and buy. But yeah, Astro Train has an interesting line here when he gets sicked on Omega Supreme. He looks at Omega Supreme and says, "Looks like the big boy needs a little training."
He does say that, which is a pun for sure.
Because they're both they both have their trains. You see.
Yeah. And then he smacks into his Achilles tendon.
And Omega Supreme just turns around, grabs him.
Yeah. Well, there's like something else. Isn't there like one more? It's like, oh no, because Astro Train, it was like, you're gonna have to do better than that to catch me, and then Omega Supreme immediately catches him and flings him into deep space.
Yeah, because he turns into the Astro part of Astro Train, and then Omega Supreme with his big claw arm just reaches out and just throws him.
Immediately after he says, "You're gonna have to do better than that to catch me."
Okay, and Omega Supreme says, "Bet."
And he goes flying. It's like, I was expecting to hear like a whoop, 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 like sound effect to follow it. It's so funny.
So yeah, long story short, the Autobots bust out. Prime comes back, beats up Megatron. They all run away. And I really like the ending where Blaster's like, "Hey, can we move into this place? This is pretty cool. What if we had a moon base? Can we fix this place up? Make it a nice pad?" And it's like, that's honestly a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Cosmos says, it would be nice to have someone else up here with me, please. I'm so lonely. No one wants to talk to you, Cosmos. You're fucking weird.
Skyfire's hiding from him.
Oh my god. Yeah, Farrell thinks Skyfire is so cool, but Skyfire's like, I don't want to talk to you. Please leave me alone.
Skyfire's like on Mars, on the other side of Mars. Like, don't come here.
Yeah. Well, that's Blaster Blues. Pretty normal episode, some funny bits in there, but nothing spectacular.
The funniest bit is Megatron making fun of the scientist.
And
I thought that was really funny.
And the world's worst spies.
Yeah.
Literally giant windows just sitting right outside it. Turn around and go, "Hey, what the fuck are those Autobots? Go get them." Anyway,
Gorbachev, kill that man.
It's time for the real shit to begin here.
For the greatest episode on God's green earth.
Decepticon Raider in King Arthur's court. Uh,
So I've mentioned this before. Season 2 actually has a lot of highlights of Starscreame. And I forgot like actually how competent he comes off sometimes like in
mhm.
season 2. To the extent that any of these characters come off as competent, which is, limited on both sides of this war.
I think it helps that in this episode he's paired with the two dumbest guys the Decepticon have to offer, like just the absolute biggest
Yes.
dipshits available.
Yes, I mean, yeah, it certainly doesn't hurt. The two biggest idiots and a big cat.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm just counting
Ravage is
Ravage.
also there.
But he's just so competent. I forgot about him. He's like, oh yeah, you can count on Ravage. He's cool. He's a big kitty. We start in media res in a battle.
Well, sorry. To finish that thought. But like for me, the episodes where Starscreame is at his best is where he's like this kind of beleaguered scientist.
Yes.
Where, he has part of his canon story that he was, a very ambitious researcher and like very smart and ambitious researcher. And that all kind of went to the wayside when the war broke out. But like, it is so clear in these episodes that it is what he enjoys doing.
Absolutely.
Like that is so that it's what he enjoys doing, and I do think it's him at his best where he's just like, I'm not doing this because you're a bad leader. I'm doing this because you're a bad scientist, because you're not following facts. And yeah, any time that he gets to like enjoy doing science shit, it's just fun.
So we start in media res in some kind of battle.
Presumably in England.
Yeah, I was about to say presumably in England, because otherwise I'm confused. But yeah, as you know, our two also interesting Autobot features here as our like heroic characters. We have Hoist and Warpath, and this is kind of Warpath's first major thing here. I mean, his thing is basically just that he says onomatopoeias a lot, and he's kind of loud. That's his thing. He's a tank, which I guess is nice. And Hoist we're familiar with. He's very fancy. He's very sort of upper crust British sounding, He's the doctor guy. Doesn't really come up here. Anyway, Starscreame I almost called Thrust Ramjet. I'm getting them confused like the animators.
Starscreame. It's really hard color red. How much do you put on a plane?
I mean, what if it's all of it?
Who can say?
All of it versus some highlights. I can't tell these apart. And also one of them has the fucking turbine wings.
It's like the zebra question. Are you red with white highlights or white with red highlights?
That's right.
It's exactly the same.
So during this fight, Starscreame, Ramjet, Rumble, and Ravage run into like a big burial mound and get isekai'd.
I mean, like that's it.
That's literally just it. They're running from Warpath and Hoist. They run into this burial mound. They come out.
This
there's
is just
knights.
an open portal.
Yeah, this shit's been here the whole time. Apparently, like there's nothing.
Time and continues to be there. Like
yeah, they don't like close it.
At the end of the episode, they just hit the bricks. They just walk out.
This is crazy. Maybe this is like a time portal they forgot to close during all the Dinobot Island shit. Anyway, they get over there. They see a bunch of knights in armor, including a guy who just has Megatron's color scheme in his armor. Our main guy, our like main villain who becomes a good guy, Wigand of Blackthorn, is who Starscreame meets. They at first think all of the knights are Autobots. Ramjet headbutts a horse, which is really funny. But they eventually realize that it's just humans. They say it's humans pretending to be Autobots. And I really like that when they ask him, what year is this? He has the exact year in AD.
Yeah, 594 AD.
And Starscreame does a quick math.
Actually, I want to mention one line that Starscreame has, because Chris Lotta's delivery on this line before they go over is remarkable. Which is, so they're like looking at the portal and Rumble's like, hey, you were right, Starscream, it's energy here. And he like shoves Rumble out of the way and goes, as your leader, I must take the risk. Anyway, I'm lower than energy than you are.
I'm thirstier. Get out of the way. Yeah.
It's
And when
like,
we say
it's so like
when we say push,
the shift to as your leader, I have to take the risk. Anyway, it's just like such good. The transition's just so good from Chris Latta. Anyway,
when we say push, he like shoves him and Rumble goes flying into the nearest object. It's really funny.
Yeah, they're in 594 AD, and Starscream does some quick math and realizes that he can establish his own empire before the Autobots or the Decepticons even wake up. And that works great, because listen, what's 1,500 years to someone who's 4 million years old or whatever? Nothing.
30 years in the future, Shockwave would recreate this same trick, but with much more disastrous results.
Well, it depends on who you're asking.
Yeah, for the universe. For him, it was actually great. He really loved it. But
he went sicko mode.
So basically, Starscream's like, all right, I'm the king of this land. I am your god now, so let's go. I'll help you defeat this Red Knight guy you're beefing with. So we're going to do that. Meanwhile, Hoist and Warpath are trying to chase them through this... what they don't know yet is a time portal.
Have we gotten to Nimue yet?
Oh, right. Yes, because we
need to talk about Nimue.
So they're being watched. She witnesses all of this. This woman in the forest, and she runs to tell her father, Aetherling the Red, about the strange new gigantic knights that have just appeared in Blackthorn territory, and she gets chased down by Ravage. And then she runs right into Spike. I don't know when he got here. I guess he was at the battle, but he accompanies Hoist and Warpath into the portal and has like an anime meet cute with Nimue.
Yeah. This is an insane character. So Nimue, to be clear, actual character from Arthurian legend. She's the Lady of the Lake, I believe. No, that's Ninue.
Nope, it is.
No, it is Nimue.
It's one of the names used by the Lady of the Lake.
All right, great. Lady of the Lake from Arthurian legend. This is a Valley Girl.
Yep.
Which is genuinely incredible choice for the writers.
She's a Valley Girl who says thouest and such.
Yes. One of the first lines she has to Spike is when he Spike is trying to figure out where he is, right? And he's like, why are you dressed like that or whatever? And her line, verbatim, word for word, is, fashion is always a year behind Camelot out here in the countryside.
I forgot about that. Holy shit.
And the only thing Spike picks up from all of this, the only thing that he realizes goes, Camelot.
Well, we've as covered, boy ain't that bright.
Fashion is always a year behind Camelot out here in the countryside.
Yeah.
And this was the moment that I fell in love.
So they bring they bring the guys back to Aetherling the Red's castle and tells them about the 20-foot tall automaton knights that have arrived, and they're gonna come get him. So of course, this whole thing, by the way, this whole fucking in the most accurate medieval dispute cause of all time, this blood feud between these two guys is caused because some cows wandered into the red guy's castle, and he kept them, and the other guy was like, "That I want the cows," and so now they're trying to fucking kill each other over it. Pretty much your average medieval feud, land feud. But of course, the only way to solve this problem.
Landlords have always sucked.
That's right. The only way to solve this problem is with a jousting tournament. Obviously, it's the Middle Ages. Also, Spike is already getting fitted for some armor, by the way. He looks really dumb.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing, by the way, thank God not Power Glide, Hoist put in those quick releases, huh?
Yep, because he would have drowned. I do appreciate the realistic, like, yeah, if you're wearing heavy armor and you fall in the river, you're just dead. Yeah. You are fucked. That's why so many knights drowned, because they just fell in puddles and just died because they couldn't get out. But yeah, they have this jousting tournament, and yes, Starscream's champion is Rumble riding Ramjet with a lance. Extremely good.
It's the whole thing is so goofy, but you know what? Ramjet really got to live his best life in these episodes.
He got to run into things. This is like he is truly in hog heaven right now. There's also a line I want to talk about at the very beginning when he tries to ram Warpath and bounces off of him because Warpath is a fucking tank, and Ramjet just goes, "Ow! I changed heads and everything." So it's like he has to like change his. Well, he says, "I just changed heads last week." So like eventually his nose cone just gets dented, I guess, from the amount of things he runs into. He has to get a new one. Idiot. Yeah. Anyway, they lose. Because knight riding tank beats dipshit Italian boy riding concussed fighter jet, I guess.
Mini Guido.
Yeah, Guido Khan riding concussed fighter jet.
No, don't worry about it. That was his old head.
Oh,
the
right.
New one doesn't have any concussions.
But Starscream, seeing this go down, says, "You know what? Fuck this shit. Who cares about chivalry? I'm kidnapping your daughter."
And again, yeah, like I do admire the power move there.
Yeah.
Of Starscream being like, "What are we doing? Fuck this."
Yeah, obviously the two jackasses are like, "I would love to do a jousting contest, but no." So they got to go rescue Nimue from Wigand of Blackthorn's evil clutches. But it turns out maybe not an arrangement Wigand of Blackthorn is really pleased with, because obviously Starscream has immediately become a tyrannical little dipshit over this like tiny parcel of land, and has basically usurped.
It's his empire. He's gonna listen. By the time it's like putting 2 cents in a bank account for 1,000,000 years or whatever. By the time that those 1,500 years or whatever are up, ooh, he's gonna be so Gucci.
And yeah, like he's got a lot of time to build his new empire, but he also knows that there is a problem, and the problem is that they need Energon, and there's not a whole lot of power plants to ransack in the Middle Ages. But he like rigs together a electrical dynamo basically to power up his circuits, and then begins to try inventing gunpowder in a big cauldron.
He makes gunpowder out of bird shit, folks. I don't know how
literally
to tell you that.
Yeah, so it's like
it's the greatest moment in television. Starscream makes gunpowder out of bird shit.
I must
like where do you think we can go from here? That would be better than this.
He is around a gigantic bubbling cauldron. Once again, not historically where you would make gunpowder, but he's rattling off all of the ingredients he needs to rumble, ravage, and ramjet. I just realized all of his 3 stooges all have names that start with R. And he comes to the last one, and Rumble says, "Yeah, and you need potassium nitrate. Where are you gonna get that?" And then a bird shits on his head, and Starscream smiles real big and looks down at Rumble. And then the next time we see Rumble, he is carrying a barrel overflowing with bird shit, and also the entire upper part of his body is just covered in it.
This is the best television has ever been and ever will be.
So yeah, basically, Starscream's plan is that he's going to jump the technological advancement of Western Europe by like a few hundred years, take over all of England, and then presumably the rest of the world, and just like live like a king until the rest of them get. And he doesn't even think about like maybe this is part of his plan later, but he could totally go Beast Wars mode here and just find where the Ark is and just kill Megatron while he's asleep.
Yeah.
Like, he could totally do that
all
shit.
the Autobots, for that matter.
Yeah, like, he could totally go Beast Wars mode, but I guess he's not quite as, once again, maybe he would have thought about it, but Beast Wars Megatron, he had that shit on lock. He knew what he was about. And what he was about was destroying the time stream. Anyway, a wizard is here. You may think
he has an owl.
A talking owl. The owl also eventually talks. Fucking King's Quest character straight up. You may think, oh, well, she's just doing a very abrupt segue for comedic effect. No, it just cuts to the wizard. And the owl is like, there's some fucking robots. And he goes, that's not good. I better go figure out what's going on. This is not Merlin, by the way. You would think, wizard in the Middle Ages. No, this is Bjort.
It's Naruto's son.
That's right. It's Boruto. So Boruto the wizard goes to help them. Meanwhile, Spike is attempting to, because Hoist and Warpath are, basically slowly dying from lack of energy. Spike straps on his armor and goes out to rescue the princess from the Blackthorn's evil clutches. But as it turns out, he's about to get cucked Middle Ages style, because Wiggin to Blackthorn's like, hey, I'm actually not all about this Starscreame guy. I don't like being a subject in my own domain. And also your eyes are really pretty. And Nimue just goes, wow, really? You think so?
Yeah, but Spike doesn't know this yet. He has to go out first to figure it out.
Right after this, he climbs the tower. Well, he says, Nimue, I'm here to save you. And then he falls in the river.
My favorite part about it was, him even going out and being like, Warpath, I have to rescue Nimue. And, Hoist's like, Warpath, get over here. And Warpath's like, sorry, Spike, Hoist is calling me, but hey, you're old enough to start a war, right?
Yeah, just go right out, man.
He's Warpath is but you do what you need to do, bud. It's what Warpath? What?
Look, he's okay. Warpath is not one of the guys who hangs out with the humans. He barely knows who this kid is.
I understand that, but I need Warpath to look down and see that there's not a cannon coming out of Spike Wickwicky's chest.
He can't even use the cannon. He's too low on energy. He literally rams into the wall later, even after the wizard jolt of magic.
I'm just saying, not all of us start wars are equipped to start wars.
Look, Warpath, this ain't his fight. He didn't sign up to the Autobots to be a babysitter. He's like, you're 7 or 30. I'm not sure how humans age. That's old enough to start a war, right? Go get him, champ.
You're 30 to 40 years old, and I do not need this.
Bazow! I gotta go curl up in a corner. Bazam! But yes, this ends with Spike.
Me.
This ends with Spike climbing up the tower Rapunzel style, saying, I'm here to save you, falling in the river, getting his armor off, climbing back up, and then Nimue saying, oh, thanks, Spike, but actually I'm getting married to this guy. We decided.
Everything's good now.
Yep. And Spike goes, oh, okay. It's like, hey man, you already have a girlfriend on Earth.
Who's way out of your league.
Yeah, frankly, I don't know how you pulled her, and I'm pretty sure she's just using you to get to the robots. But still, were you just planning on staying here? What was the play, Spike?
Well, to be fair, he had no idea that there was a way to get home at this point. So
he thought he was just trapped.
He's playing the long game, trying to figure out what life in Arthurian legend looks like now.
Yeah, but Starscreame is about to, he's got the energy, he has got the gunpowder, he reigns supreme. But what he can't contend with is fucking magic, because Boruto the wizard rolls up and he says, hey man, I'm here to rock your shit. And Starscreame says, haha, magic? That's not real. Magic can't beat science. And then
And then it beats signs. This is so crazy and so funny. And if I were Starscreame, I would have been pissed off. But
he literally just does magic. There's not like a trick.
No, it's just magic. Like, he summons a storm. He calls on wind gods and summons a storm.
Like, it's not like later where it's like the dragon's bane is just gunpowder and he just like separately invented it and called it something else.
To be clear, there is a dragon.
There is a dragon.
There is an actual dragon. The dragon's bane is just gunpowder, but there is an actual literal dragon.
And he does literal magic. He summons the storm god's might, zaps Hoist and Warpath, who get fucking like Popeye spinach supercharged, and they bust through the wall and beat up the Decepticons.
And then they're like, all right, want to go home? And the Decepticons are like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm through playing. It's boring here. I want to go home.
This is so funny because they're like, well, like, the wizard, Bolton's like, what are you going to do with them? And, Warpath's like, well, I guess we'll make them come back with us home so they can't disturb this timeline anymore, if there even is a way to do that. And Bolt's like, oh yeah, sure, you can just use my time machine portal.
Yeah, it's just open. You can just go back through it. There's no like special thing you gotta do.
We heard it was called like the dragon's lair or whatever, and he's like, oh yeah, well that's because a dragon lives there.
Yeah, they're all walking back and they're talking to Bort, and he's like, yeah, I guess it's on vacation. What?
Well, yeah, it's like, well, that's because a dragon lives there. And the Hoist is like, we didn't see a dragon. And he's like, yeah, he's out of town right now. What?
Excuse me?
And then they get there, the dragon's back.
And Bort just goes, oh, I guess he's back. And Starscreame's like, I need to leave.
Yeah, Starscream takes one look at this dragon and has about the same response that I think anyone should have to seeing a dragon, where he goes, nope, I am not going in there. and Bolt's like, oh, don't worry about it, I got dragon's bane, which is just a giant bag of gunpowder. And the dragon breathes fire because it's a fire-breathing dragon, and the gunpowder explodes and it flies away, and they're able to walk, again, just straight through back to the other side of this portal, which remains open, and just like a line in the sand, basically.
Really funny, because they walk back into the battle, Megatron's firing on the Autobots, and Starscream just like runs up and basically tackle hugs him.
He's firing on someone really funny, like really irrelevant, which makes it funnier that he's so pissed off about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember.
I think it was just because the only Autobots in this episode are Hoist and Warpath, so he was just shooting at them probably, and he gets knocked over by Starscream. He was like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy! Aren't you happy to see me?" And Megatron just screams.
Maybe is it possible that there's someone else there that doesn't speak, and so they weren't put in?
Nah, the wiki definitely puts in background guys.
Okay, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. He glomps Megatron.
He glomps
That's
him.
What he does. He glomps Megatron. And that is so beautiful. Happy Pride, everyone.
Yeah, and he goes, what's the matter? Aren't you happy to see us? And Megatron just goes, "Argh!"
And that's the end
Incredible.
of the episode. This is as good as it gets.
I forgot to mention one thing earlier. One very funny thing. The Starscream's dynamo, he builds the circuit out of like melted down jewelry, but it's powered by peasant slaves.
Well, there's that, but there's also the way he makes the wire.
Yeah.
Which he just squishes a bunch of gold in his hand and then, like, very quickly winds it around his finger into wire.
I mean, it's pretty soft, I guess. But yeah, it's literally just peasants pushing the big lever from, like, Conan the Barbarian or something. That's what it's powered by.
Listen, that's the secret to all these revolutionary technologies. It's poor people being exploited.
And there's a really funny bit when he is, like,
it's not AI. Stations. It's some guy in India being paid 2 cents an hour.
That's right. Pushing the thing from Conan the Barbarian. And then there's a very funny bit where he, like, tells Ravage and Rumble to get out of the fucking dynamo because he needs to go do something. It's like, hey, only I get to use that. Get out of there. You don't get any drinks. You don't get any delicious energy. But yeah, it's fucking great. It's so good.
Anyway, it's all downhill from here, unfortunately, but at least you got the gift of the best episode to ever air on television. Aren't you grateful?
Mm-hmm. I'm so grateful. Thanks. Can't believe this is my life.
Life could be a dream. We got questions.
Although, when we say all downhill from here, it doesn't mean that there's not incredible episodes in our future. They just none of them are quite as
yes, they never
brilliant.
reached the epic highs and lows of
the Decepticon and King Arthur's court.
Exactly. All right, questions.
Costerinos.
We start off with Creamzeek asking, which great American novel would you want a Cybertronian to be isekai'd into?
Oh, shit. Get someone into The Great Gatsby. Who would it be? Who would be the funniest person
Mirage.
to drop in? Mirage! Oh my god,
Come
he could turn
on.
into like a cool
You really had
fucking
to
Rolls
ask.
Royce. Yeah. Turn into a cool fucking Rolls Royce. Oh man, he would love it.
I think someone should be dropped into Lord of the Flies.
But that's not an American
Oh no, you're
novel.
right. You're right. That's English. All right, great American novels.
Put Rumble into Blood Meridian.
Jesus Christ. Oh boy. All right. I'm trying to think. I mean,
Moby Dick. There's a few, like, quote unquote.
there's all of like Hemingway shit. It's just
Right.
like, you know.
See, if Hearts of Steel had kept going, we could have had Mirage and The Great Gatsby, but unfortunately they were cowards and canceled it.
That's right. Oh god. Oh, okay. I have to think about who, but I know the novel.
Okay. Give me the novel first. What's the
No.
novel?
I have to
Oh, you want
put-
both.
I want to put Alita 1 into the Scarlet Letter.
Fuck. That would be pretty good.
Yeah. You're doing what to who?
Damn.
Beachcomber's number one bro, Chet asks, have you ever read IDW King Grimlock?
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, neither do I.
Like,
So
he
no,
is just
I guess
generally the king. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to look that up real quick.
we haven't.
Is
if
this
Mark
like a Maximum Dinobots thing? Oh, no, it is. Oh, wait. This is about Grimlock being transported into Conan the Barbarian times and like fighting wizards and shit. Look at this fucking cover. Oh, this is why we don't know about it. This is an IDW 2 thing. But look at this.
Okay, well that's pretty sick. Gotta give it to them.
Maybe I will
pretty
check that out.
I don't think I will, but I believe in you to do it. If Mark Twain was a Cybertronian, what would his alt mode be? It would be one of those like old-timey cars with a grill that looks like a mustache.
Cass got this one pretty down pat a few questions down because she responded paddle steamer.
That's right. Yep. That's right. What don't the history books tell us about Atheling the Red?
Oh boy, you don't want to know. You don't want to know what he was up to.
Well, we could fill a book with it.
He, let's just say he's a future candidate for Behind the Bastards.
Decepticon Ruby asks, Decepticon Ruby, sorry. Should Optimus start moonlighting as Truck-kun?
Does this mean he isekai's Thrust in Transformers the movie? Because he runs him over?
Yeah, I understood. I'm trying to take it as a serious question.
Or Swindle in IDW. Does it count if the truck falls on top of you from the sky? I think it does.
Yes, it does. Would you accept the isekai call to action if you got run over by Optimus? No, because I don't really believe in isekai for religious reasons.
And also, like, it doesn't matter who runs you over. It's not like they're... Like, it wouldn't matter if, like, it's not Optimus sending me there on purpose. It's just the fact that he turns into a truck, and trucks just have the natural ability to send people into a world where, like, I don't know, elves need to have their tits out or whatever, right? Like, Optimus isn't doing it, unless he is, and then I have a lot more questions about what he's up to.
Cass asks, since Warpath is in this episode, what's y'all's opinions on bots with alt modes that break faction conventions, aka the Decepticons having car robots like Shadow Striker, and the Autobots having military bots like Warpath turncoats like Skyjet Firefire, excluded, of course.
I think it's going to be fun. I would like it to, obviously it depends on what show it is that leans into it. Obviously the example that comes to mind for a show that leans pretty hard into that is animated with the Jet Twins.
Yeah.
Being explicitly the first Autobots like who can fly, because that is just not an Autobot trait in animated. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to have a little variety.
I think it's fun to have a little variety. I also think it's like less of a thing than a lot of people make it out to be.
Yeah.
Just because like the more you get into basically any series, the more diversity you see. I think I see it mainly.
I forgot the other show where it's a big stated thing, which is when Starscreame is homophobic towards Knockout for being a car.
Yes.
You're one of those.
Graham Pounder and Fudge Packer have like very similar cadences.
God!
All I'm going to say.
Come on.
What?
I mean, you're not wrong, I guess, but
I'm being serious.
You're right. No, you're right. You're totally right. It's just really funny to think of. It's also just funny that it's prime Starscreame acting that way. Like, bro, you have built-in stilettos.
Yeah. Oh, man. You're not called a slur constantly.
Every other word out of Megatron's shark-ass mouth.
What did my redacted second in command do now?
They couldn't show that shit on the HUD.
Chet asked, did Starscream kidnap Rumble and Ravage, or has Soundwave foolishly placed them in his care?
I think they just happened to be next to him when they went through the time portal.
Yeah, I mean, like, Starscream is shown with, like, Rumble and Frenzy, at least, not infrequently.
Yeah. Like, here's what I think. Soundwave trusts his children, even the stupid ones, to, like, go out on their own and be competent.
They are all high command or high command family. So like they're usually in the same spaces anyway.
This is Starscream taking his nephew on an adventure.
Yeah, it's true.
Rumble is the most nephew coded character in all of Transformers.
Absolutely.
No matter who it is, he's their nephew.
Except for Megatron, he's Megatron's stepkid.
That's right.
That Megatron did not step up for.
Yeah, I was about to say he doesn't get to wear the shirt.
Yeah.
I was gonna say someone draw him in the shirt, but he doesn't get to draw the shirt. Now he does love Laserbeak. He's the only one.
Yes.
Laserbeak is the only one of Soundwave's children that he truly loves.
Yes.
Because he's the most competent one.
Dead Name Stealing Faye asks, what other Transformers would you choose to be members of the Round Table? Okay, Drift, obviously.
Oh my god, he would love it. Drift and Cyclonus would be like
Drift and Cyclonus, obvious choices.
Sword perverts. Oh my god.
And the true Knight ones, like
Prime Optimus. Prime Optimus is just kind of King Arthur eventually, right?
Yes,
like towards the end, like he gets the fucking Excalibur and shit.
He is. No,
so, okay.
So, let's come up with 3 more Knights. How about?
I wish I knew more about the Knight, because I know Lancelot. I know
there's Lancelot, Gawain. There's
who's like the nice boy?
Leon.
Who? My cat? What's he been getting up to? Lancelot, Gawain, Galahad.
Sorry, it was Percival I was thinking of, and Bedivere.
Percival, yes. So we need 2 more. Well, I guess we need 3 more because we have our Arthur.
So we need a Percival, a Galahad, and a Bedivere.
Oh, what other sword guys are there? There's so many sword guys in Transformers. I just have to remember all of them.
RC.
It's like oh shit, IDWRC, another sword guy.
I mean, Prime Wheeljack.
Yep. Okay, so it's Prime Wheeljack, IDWRC, IDW Drift, IDW Cyclonus.
We're being stupid. Armada Starscream.
Oh fuck! How did I forget? He's the most sword guy.
Yeah, he's the most sword guy and the most honorable, loyal knight guy. Yeah,
his whole thing is that he's he and Hotshot are like dueling to see who gets to wield the magical sword.
Okay, those are my 5. I'm gonna Drift, Cyclonus, RC, Prime Wheeljack, and Armada Starscreame.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We really almost beefed it there, huh?
Well, I cannot believe he slipped my mind for this. Also, I think you skipped Chet's second set of questions up here.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Also from Chet, who's your favorite wizard?
I'll tell you who's not my favorite wizard. Harry fucking Potter. Kill that kid. Fuck him.
Great. The librarian.
From Discworld.
From Discworld.
Rango Tan. Yeah, he's pretty great. Oh boy. My favorite wizard. See, just like what happened with Armada Starscreame, the problem is when you ask me a question like this, immediately anything I have known about the concept of wizard flees my brain.
Now, I want to be clear.
I don't know what a wizard is.
It needs to be a wizard, not a sorcerer, not a warlock.
Yeah. Needs to be specifically wizard-ass wizard. See, the thing is, I do like Rincewind. It's probably just because you mentioned this work over. Like, I do really love fail-ass, stupid wizard Rincewind.
I was thinking of starting with Rincewind, but then I was like, no, I actually like the librarian more.
Yeah, I love him.
Great. Did you see Starscreame leap into the arms of Megatron as soon as he saw him? What do you think that means? We discussed.
Oh, yeah. Glomping,
it means that couples therapy is going very well.
Yeah, after last week.
Yeah.
When he was in the fucking doghouse.
Right, exactly. Oh god, I forgot about that. about how much Starscreame beat his ass.
I was whipped last week. God damn.
All right, back to Veer's questions. Would you want an actually good Transformers movie that has Transformers as Knights at the Round Table? I mean, with the cast we just made, it could be interesting.
Yes, that would be cool.
But no. Generally speaking, no.
Like, I guess theoretically you could do like a cool what if there was a Transformer in Arthurian times thing, but I feel like it'd be really hard to make that not stupid as seen in
this episode.
This episode and the last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that interested other than our, once again, created roster. I don't know. Let them...
I mean, I think the only way it would be interesting would be for it to actually diverge a timeline.
Yeah.
And to say, like, they did like Hearts of Steel, right? Basically. Not pretending that, like, not saying, ooh, there was a secret thing and no one knew about it, but saying, okay, they landed here. What does that look like now?
Although they eventually did do that with Hearts of Steel, but that's beside the point.
Right. You
originally, it wasn't supposed to be that.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah.
They just saw an opportunity, like, hey, this canceled project we have just sitting over here, we could, like, roll it in. And then
yeah. Which Transformers would you personally knight? None of these guys, they're schmucks.
No, Laserbeak, because he's the one who gets his shit done.
That's true.
Only him, though. None of these other idiots, especially not Ramjet.
I would do it Thrust, so he would be Sir Thrust.
Uh-huh.
See? You get it. Sideswipe Sam asks, okay, but I am intrigued by the first episode's title at least, so who do you think would play the blues guitar the best amongst the Autobots? Jazz?
It needs to be someone with suffering in their soul. Jazz is too... Here's what it is. I was waiting for an opportunity to bring this up. Because Blaster in the show, obviously, we know him. He's a happy-go-lucky, upbeat guy. He loves music, maybe a little too much. Everyone's annoyed by it. In the Marvel comics, Blaster is the most up-on-the-cross motherfucker I have ever seen. That dude goes through it. So specifically, Marvel Blaster is great at the blues.
For G1, I do have the answer, though. Gears.
What is it? He's so soulful. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It can't be Huffer because he just whines. He doesn't have an artistic bone in his body.
Gears has his own suffering.
That's right.
That's, yeah. What if Starscreame was added to or played the Yu-Gi-Oh deck called Noble Knights, the Yu-Gi-Oh Knights of the Round Table?
Well, it'd have to be Armada Starscreame. He would fit right in.
It'd be fine. No one would notice any difference.
You could never call G1 Starscream
Belvedere.
noble.
They
That's
just
right.
take out Belvedere. Who the fuck is Belvedere?
You can never call G1 Starscream noble in any fucking sense of the word. That dude is a shithead. Yes, move on.
There might be some neon in his eyes, so I guess you could say there's some noble gases in there, but...
Damn, that's true.
That's Mirage. He's a noble gas.
Stupid.
That's me! Listen, folks, I'm not gonna lie. It's my birthday next week, and I've been going through it for the past 2 weeks. So, like, we're working on what we have right now, okay?
The Adventures of Sir Thrust and Noble Gas coming to HBO. Whenever.
Chet asks if it was just Starscream who used the magic time portal, do you think he would have tried to find a way back immediately, or would he have just did what he did here in Speedrun a Game of Civilization? I think he would probably have tried the same thing.
Yeah, because he wants to, like, do his own shit. He wants to have his own empire outside of Megatron's reach.
The bigger question is, would he have come to the conclusion that he could do that before trying to get home?
That's true. If we didn't have the sounding board of, like, 2 of the dumbest guys imaginable and a cat, maybe not.
When did Omega Supreme get here? Oh, you know.
He's been here the whole time. You haven't seen him. He's been just off screen the whole time. Yeah, I was waving at him the whole time. Every episode for season 2, I was waving at him just off screen. You didn't see that?
Look, Gary, there he is. Is Blaster traveling inside of Cosmos just a disaster waiting to happen? I mean, no, because Cosmos is the only one who tolerates him.
That's right. Also, we're talking about the size disparity. Cosmos is just very big in vehicle mode for some reason. Not the strangest guy riding inside another guy scene we're going to get. There's one later in the episode, Hoist Goes Hollywood, that is very funny.
Why did that train explode?
It was full of fucking explodium. I don't even remember what train they're talking about here.
Our final question is from Geist. How fucked up is the past now that Starscream introduced gunpowder, electricity to the medieval age? It's not fucked up because the wizard did that.
That's true! He already invented gunpowder.
And he calls down lightning, so the wizard already did that shit.
The bigger question to ask is, where did the dragons go? What happened to the dragons?
Who killed the dragons?
Like, that's just a real ass dragon at the end of this episode, and there ain't no dragons.
Yeah, I did like how you were like, this is a real magic thing as opposed to the dragons ban, and I was like, the dragon though.
Yeah, I forgot about the dragon. So
for a moment, I lived in a world where the magical storm was so beautiful that I forgot that dragon exists.
That's right. Holy shit. Yeah. Fucking, where's the dragon at? I mean, I guess we'll have to wait until we cover season 3 of Beast Wars to talk about dragons again.
Or I guess season 3 of Prime, depending on what comes first.
Oh, shit, that's right. Where Shockwave discovers dragons and brings them back to life.
Yep.
You can always rely on Shockwave for shit like that. That's why he's my goat.
Really bad.
What?
Really bad.
We have been Prime Cuts. You can follow us on Blue Sky at Prime Cuts Pod, at BlueSky.social, and find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Prime Cuts. And this time I will not forget to read out our Elite Guard patron. Thank you to Sabrina Steele. Coming up this month, end of this month, the first episode of our coverage of Headmasters. So keep an eye out. I'm Mara. You can find me on Twitter at biscuit.social. Yes, you can, but you forgot the first part of it. MaraWyvern.biscuit.social. You can't just type in the second part and find me. Well, maybe you will eventually, but you'll have to dig for it. Anyway, you can find me there. That's where I live. I'm in the wires. I'm in your walls.
I'm Audrey. You can find me on Tumblr and Blue Sky, Optimum Prime. That's my funny robot joke. You can also listen to the other podcast I do called Pot of Greed, which is about Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm in a radio drama and also the script editor for it called The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, which you can find the pilot of right now at lydiadisappears.com. We have wrapped our recording for season 1, so that should be coming up In a few months, which is very exciting. And sometimes I do Star Trek related drag, which you can find on Instagram at Maxwell Warp.
And you're, of course, a member of the podcast network Noisespace.xyz. Find many other shows by going to the URL I have just mentioned. And until next time, I am going to call down the forces of the god of the sky to power up my gay little robots, transform and roll out.
Oh, Jesus, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna, go to the store, go to Camelot to make sure that I'm up to date with my latest fashion. Transform and roll out.
Peach.
Peach.